It was just another September day. The morning started as it always would. People going to school, going to work, drinking their morning coffee. I was sitting in my algebra class, trying to finish the last few homework problems before the teacher started. I didn't notice when she didn't start on time, and it wasn't until she walked over and turned the TV on that I even began to grasp that something was wrong. I'm sure all of us have similar stories. It was just a Tuesday morning, but none of us will ever forget when and where we first saw the horrific images of September 11th. A week from today, the nation will remember the 10th anniversary of the attacks of 9/11. However, I don't want to focus on the sadness and horror of that day, but instead look to the beauty that was built from the ashes. Today, I hope you learn more about the September 11th Memorial and the architects who designed it. The development of the memorial was a complicated process. It actually started with a design competition. The Lower Manhattan Development Corporation, who held the competition, reported that 5,201 entries were submitted from 63 different countries. The winning design was submitted by Michael Arid and Peter Walker and is called Reflecting Absence. The memorial complex consists of 3 separate pieces. The first piece are the footprint fountains. The fountains are set in the exact footprint of each of the twin towers. They consist of a 30-foot waterfall that falls to a reflecting pool, which then falls to another 30-foot void in the center. The Discovery Channel's website on their series, Rising, The Rebuilding of Ground Zero, states that the fountains are the largest in the world. Each are almost an acre in size, and surrounding each one is a bronze band stamped with the names of all who lost their lives. The second piece is the plaza itself. It's filled with over 400 trees, each selected and transplanted from areas around New York, as well as Washington, D.C. and Pennsylvania, the other sites attacked that day. An article in The Guardian UK states that the architects wanted to create a space that symbolized rebirth, as well as a place where office workers could go and have their lunches. There's also a place in the plaza where ceremonies can be held, as well as special gatherings. The third piece of the complex is the September 11th Museum. The atrium for the museum sits within the plaza, but actually the majority of it lies underneath, with the foundation of the 2 twin towers serving to help create part of the space. The Washington Post reports that the museum will hold a voice recording from a family member or friend of each person that died that day. There were 2 main architects involved in the development of the memorial. Michael Arid is an architect, and he designed the fountains. He moved to New York City in 1999 and was in Manhattan the day of the attacks. The Jewish Virtual Library reported that in the sleepless nights after September 11th, Arid would wander through New York City, including Washington Square Park, where he was actually inspired to create the design for the fountains. Peter Walker is a well-known landscape architect, and he helped create the look of the plaza. The 72-year-old and his firm nurtured 422 trees to be placed in the plaza. They fed each one individually for 3 years to even their sizes out. In the San Francisco Chronicle, Walker tells John King that he hopes the plaza will one day become an integral part of the city, much like Times Square or Central Park. Next Sunday, the memorial will open to the public. The president is set to speak, and thousands will be on hand. But after the ceremony is over, and in the months and years to come, the memorial will stand as a testament to all who lost their lives. The massive voids represent the loss, but they stand in a plaza teeming with life, representing the rebirth and rebuilding of not only New York City, but the nation in this post-9/11 era. Thank you.